boys and girls water polo is picking up steam across the state of Illinois, while the indoor track season wrapped up with conference championships held at North Central College. Hello, Naperville sports fans, and welcome back to another episode of NSW. I'm your host, Joe Kennedy. Let's start with a matchup on the pitch between two of our best girls soccer teams. Then we'll see who takes home the indoor DVC track and field championships.
The early morning snow melts just in time as we continue the opening week of girls soccer. Benet Valley takes the pitch in its first home game, searching for that first win after a 1-0 loss to Oswego. Benet Academy comes to town fresh off an opening day win over Wheaton Academy. Mustangs are looking for that first goal of the season with Chloe Birch setting up a play with their cross kick, but the ball lands in the hands of new Red Wing goalie Giada McGlynn. Benet also has a new goalie in Arnar Raghavapudi, and she's in position to shut down Ivana Vukis' strike. A free kick is coming up for Benet as Chloe Birch gets another shot and hits the left corner for the Mustangs' first goal of the game and season. Red Wings look for an answer, but Kira Stone puts too much juice on the shot, and it's a 1-0 game at intermission. BA remains on lockdown defensively as McGlynn chases the loose ball and falls on it for the save. Chloe Setman tries a free kick to set up a play, but Raghavapudi runs out and makes another save. The Mustangs finally get another one as Olivia Hernandez finds Isabel Leofanti, who quickly fires it into the back of the net for a 2-0 lead. Later on, McKenna Wigfield dribbles, waits for a target to open up, and then strikes it home for the knockout punch. Benet Valley picks up win number 1 on the season with a 3-0 win over Benet Academy. North Central College is the site of the yearly indoor boys track and field DVC championship as Naperville Central comes in as defending champs. The Redhawks look to capture another title going up against defending sectional champs Neuqua Valley and the rest of the conference foes before everyone hits the outdoor portion. Let's rake the sand for the high jump, starting with Neuqua's David Taiwo coming down the runway and clears 21 feet and 4.75 inches. That's a PR and a third place finish to go with the first place finish in the triple jump. Teammate and returning state qualifier Daniel Robinson puts on a good showing with the second place finish after a jump of 22 feet and 4.5 inches. Naperville Central Zaylin Terry takes first. To the high jump where Husky Edward Mumford puts on a jump of 6 feet and 1.5 inches, which is good enough for first place. Waubonsie Valley's David Rowan takes second. Up next is the pole vault, as Red Hawk Brandon Kenny's attempt of 12 feet and 8.75 inches results in a second place finish behind Matia's Colin Gleason. To the track, starting with the 4x800 relay, as the Red Hawks, Wildcats, and Huskies trade up spots. In the end, Central's group of Ryan Hendricks, Matt Wick, Paul Vandervorst, and Lucas Probst take the race by 2 seconds ahead of Neuqua. The 60-meter hurdles shows Neuqua speedster Cooper McGinnis running his way to a PR after a time of 8.01 seconds. McGinnis also wins the 60-meter dash. We go to the 800-meter with Central's Patrick Clune running away from Edward Mason and eventually hits cruise control later on as he and teammate Probst goes 1-2 respectively in the event. In the 400-meter dash, Henry Faber for the Mustangs sets a winning PR with a time of 50.29 seconds. Rajan Anthony and Avery Smith from Neuqua follow at second and third. Let's run a mile, and no surprise, it's Clune displaying the 2-for-1 special in the meet, coming in first place by 4 seconds ahead of Jesse Gudauskas, and Clune is fired up for good reasons. For a third time in 4 seasons, Naperville Central runs its way to the indoor boys track and field DVC title. The Redhawks finish ahead of Neuqua Valley and Naperville North.
We're back at North Central College for the girls track and field DVC Indoor Championship. Naperville Central enters as the back-to-back defending indoor conference champions. The field events get the day started. Wildcat Gabby Carvelis speeds down the runway looking to build momentum early for the Wildcats in the long jump. Carvelis starts the day out strong with this attempt of 5.55 meters. Fellow Wildcat Olivia Dawson looks to jump out to an early lead for the Wildcats. Dawson finishes the event in second place with 5.52 meters, only behind Carvelis. Kennedy Reed from Naperville Central takes third, with freshman Emma Hummel from Waubonsie Valley in fourth. Carvelis also wins the triple jump with Reed in second place. Moving along to the next field event, high jump. Stepping up for the Huskies is Elise Hoffman. Hoffman builds up speed, getting clean over the bar for the first place finish. Hoffman's best attempt of the day was 1.57 meters. The Calb's Sydney Miles with a second place finish of 1.52 meters. The hurdles are out, so it's time to head to the track. The gun is off for the 55-meter hurdles. Mattia's Arena Hammonds and Neuqua's Melina Cispanik are neck and neck. However, Hammonds starts to break away. Hammonds gets the win with a time of 8.7 seconds, as Cispanik finishes at 9.19 seconds. Central's Reese Heinege finishes in third place in 9.32 seconds. It's relay time as the 4x200 meter relay is taking the stage. Valencia Ingram hands off to Adeline O'Neill for Central, with North neck and neck as they reach the first exchange. Maya Stoneher then hands off to Emily Tilton as the Redhawks separate past North, getting the big relay win. Central finishes with a season best relay time of 1 minute 45.35 seconds, 3 seconds faster than second place North, who finishes with a season best. Naperville Central also won the 4x800 relay earlier in the night. Dashing on over to the second heat of the 400-meter dash, Neuqua's Olivia Dawson gets out to an early lead. However, Redhawk Lola Satri Morales is right behind Dawson. Down to the final stretch, Satri Morales takes the lead on the final straightaway. Morales gets the win for the Redhawks with a time of 59.41 seconds, as Dawson is next to finish with a time of 1 minute 1.26 seconds. Brooke Billick from Central takes third. Neuqua Valley is in the team standings lead and looks to wrap things up in the final event of the night, the 4x400 relay. When the race starts, everyone is side by side as the indoor season comes to a close. Naperville Central is out in front, with Naperville North just a step behind. After building a lead and reaching the final stretch, Husky Megan Schoenjohn crossed the line for the 4x400 win in 4 minutes, 8.75 seconds, 7 seconds faster than Neuqua Valley. Emma Barris, Eve Rowe, and Sophia Pandaya helped the Huskies in the earlier legs. With 139.5 points, Neuqua Valley gets the big DVC Indoor Championship victory. Naperville Central finishes in second place with 122 points, and Naperville North finishes in third with 94 points.
On last week's show, we saw Benet Academy boys basketball win its first ever state championship. On Thursday, the school celebrated the milestone with a pep rally, and we'll have more on that after the break.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
At the Chicago Auto Show, you can experience the future of luxury. But at Fair Oaks Lincoln, you can drive it home. We've got all your auto show favorites. The luxurious new Aviator, the stunning Nautilus, or the bold Corsair. Get 0% financing for 66 months, plus $5,000 off on select models, plus a world-class customer service experience you won't find anywhere else. Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville, where the dealership experience makes the difference.
Before this season, Benet Academy boys basketball earned 3 state runner-up trophies under Hall of Fame coach Gene Heidkamp. The Red Wings finally broke through to win its first state title, and we have more on their pep rally celebration for our latest feature story presented by Fair Oaks Ford. Benet Academy was buzzing with excitement on Thursday morning as the Red Wings celebrated their first ever boys basketball state championship.
It feels great. We're going to be remembered for a very long time, and Benet's a great program, so the one thing they were missing was a state championship, and now we got that. It feels great.
Hundreds of Red Wings students, families, and fans packed the gym for a pep rally that was 50 years in the making. Since head coach Gene Heidkamp took over in 2008, Benet has earned 11 regional and 6 sectional titles, along with 3 runner-up finishes at state. Only one piece of hardware was missing until the Red Wings made a deep run this March.
Well, I think it goes all the way back even to over 50 years. Like the tradition of Benet basketball is so important to me. And to be able to win this state championship for all the former players and all the coaches, from the great players and the great teams, even to just the guys who made everybody better in practice, it feels great.
I mean, I have so much love for the school, and then I'm really glad to bring them a state championship and be a part of their history, so it means so much to me.
At the rally, Heidkamp and some of the players reflected on their championship journey. The Red Wings were red hot to wrap up the season, winning 12 straight games, including a nail-biter state final against Warren Township. With just a minute left, Benet's 7-point lead evaporated to 1 point in the final moments. The team huddled up, needing one final defensive stop to secure their place in Red Wing history.
So we just really wanted to bear down and stay strong right there, and all the experiences we had up to that point, we think led up to that, and we had a lot of experience, so we felt comfortable. We didn't feel rattled. We just knew we had to just go out there and execute and win the game.
After that crucial stop, the reality of becoming a state champion took some time to sink in.
I thought I was in a dream, to be honest. I'm walking around I can't believe it's real. It's an unreal feeling, and some people would never get to experience that, so I was so blessed to be able to experience that.
From the student section to the student managers, it seemed like every Red Wing on campus was invested in this year's team. Heidkamp saw that his players were fully bought into the program long before the season started.
I think this team was self-made by the players on the team. They really worked hard to develop their games, and they developed a really good team chemistry.
While the celebrations continue, Jaden Wright along with Colin Stack will look to next season. They're the lone Red Wing starters who are set to return.
I know what it takes, and a few other people on the team will know what it takes for next year, and we'll just try to do the best that we can next year.
The lacrosse season is underway, and after the break, we'll see which teams have opened the year in the win column.
In these complicated times, local news has never been more important. DailyHerald.com lets you stay connected to your community, wherever you are.
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something. Be a Naperville Crime Stopper.
Welcome back to the girls lacrosse season, where Naperville North takes on Benet Academy in the season opener at the Oak Brook Park District. Benet Academy looks to keep up where they left off last season after finishing as the state runner-up. Despite some key losses to graduation, the Red Wings enter 2025 as a top 5 team in the preseason rankings. Stormy weather moved the start time up, but that did not stop the Huskies from attacking as Mackenzie Waddles scored her first goal of the season to tie the game up at 1. After a quick score from the Red Wing offense, the Huskies look to keep the scoring option open. As Waddles finds Edie Keene in the lane, she shoots and scores and celebrates with her teammates as the game is once again tied at 2-2. Benet looks to answer the Huskies' scoring as Madeline Trapp finds All-State attacker Gianna Korelko flashing to the goal as she finds the net, giving the Red Wings a 3-2 lead. Korelko looks to keep the scoring attack alive, however the Husky defenders crowd the zone. Korelko then finds Trap and she fires it home as Benet goes up by 2. With time winding down in the first, Korelko attacks the Husky defense one by one, getting isolation against the goalkeeper. She knocks in the buzzer-beating goal to put the Red Wings ahead 7-4, heading to the second quarter. The Red Wings look to keep up where they left off in the first, as Madison Timmons works her way through the Husky defense and earns her first goal of the second quarter, as Benet expands the lead. On the restart opportunity, it's Korelko who gives her team a commanding 10-4 lead with less than 8 minutes to go in the quarter. What wins championships? Defense. Check out this save from Benet goalkeeper Annie Early, who does not make just 1 but 2 critical stops from the Naperville North scoring attempts, setting the tone just before halftime. Despite Early's great goalkeeping in the second, the Huskies are still attacking as Helena Siska finesses her way around the Red Wings for the score. The Huskies still trail 12-7 heading into the halftime break. As the second half gets underway, the Red Wings do not let off the gas pedal as Claire O'Brien opens up the second half with a goal to continue to expand the lead. The Red Wings do not look back for the rest of the game following O'Brien's goal. Near the end of the night, it's Korelko who drills the dagger as the Red Wings are able to keep the Huskies at bay from there. Benet Academy takes the victory 17-9 as the 2025 girls lacrosse campaign is officially underway.
It's the start of the lacrosse season as Benet Academy takes on Naperville North. The Huskies host the Red Wings in a matchup between two programs who have had some great battles in recent years. The Red Wings start out fast as senior attacker Tommy Bartenhagen gets past the Husky defense. Bartenhagen's shot sneaks past the goalie for Bennett's first goal of the season. North looks to respond to the early Benet tally. Husky Jake Springer passes to Evan Marshes. Marshes maneuvers past the defense as his shot bounces into the net for the goal. Both teams are tied with a goal apiece. Benet leads 2-1 with less than 2 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Henry Bartenhagen attacks from behind the goal as his shot finds the back of the net. Going into the second quarter, the Red Wings lead 4-1. After a defensive stop early in the second quarter, Tommy Bartenhagen pushes the pace as he throws a beautiful pass to Joseph Keating, who splits 2 defenders for the long-range goal. Benet jumps out to a 5-1 lead. Under a minute left until halftime, the North offense needs to build momentum going into the second half. Logan Francoeur recovers the ball to keep possession for the Huskies as he finds Jake Springer, who shoots from long range and gives the home team a much-needed score. Going into the second half, Benet leads 6-2. The Red Wings look to keep their momentum going into the second half. The Benet offense swings the ball to Tommy Bartenhagen, who scores his 4th goal of the game, as the Red Wings lead 7-2. Trailing big, the Huskies need to capitalize after a defensive stop. Behind the goal, Springer lulls the defense to sleep just before racing past the defender towards the goal, scoring through the contact to give the Huskies life as they trail 9-3. North turns up their defensive intensity, not letting the Benet offense pass them as Red Wing Joseph Keating takes a tough shot but is blocked by goalie Lincoln Malley for the much-needed stop with just over 4 minutes remaining. Just under 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the Huskies have to score quick. With time running out, Marshes gets off the shot just before the quarter expires and scores. The Huskies trail 9-4 going into the final quarter. Early in the fourth quarter, the blue and orange look to climb back into this one as they move the ball around the field. Senior midfielder Dylan Coleman lines up and scores his first career goal as North trails 9-5. Moments later, North is back on offense. Marshes is able to keep possession despite the tough Benet defense and finds cutting Coleman for another score. Benet leads 9-6. A 3-0 run has the Huskies right back in the game. Late in the fourth quarter, the Red Wings look to protect their lead. Tommy Bartenhagen continues his monster night as his shot speeds past the goalie for his 9th goal of the night. An exciting start to the season as Benet Academy holds on and gets the road win 12-8 over Naperville North.
Just a couple of games into the girls' soccer season, and Chloe Birch scores a screamer from outside the box for Metea Valley. The Mustangs hosted Benet, and Birch has a free kick from a dangerous position. She fires a low right-footed shot past the Red Wing wall and into the side netting. It's a perfect strike and will slow it down for another look. The goalie had no chance as Metea Valley would add on 2 more goals and win it 3-0.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
It's Auto Show time. Innovation, excitement, and the future of driving. And you'll experience it all at Fair Oaks Ford. The thrilling new Explorer, the cutting-edge Bronco Sport, or the adventurous F-150. Drive the future of Ford today. And right now, get 0% APR financing for 75 months. Plus, the best customer experience in the business. Fair pricing, fair deals. Fair Oaks Ford. It's right there in our name on Ogden Avenue in Naperville.
Waubonsie Valley Girls Water Polo takes on Metea Valley in the DVC opener. The Warriors look to stay unbeaten with a 2-0 record, while the Mustangs are 3-3 after competing in the Stevenson Quad. Metea won this matchup 16-2 last season. Warrior Emma Buchenauer delivers a great save as Mustang Addison Bludgeon gets her shot blocked. Shortly after, Bludgeon gets a penalty shot and she scores to give her team the lead. The Warriors fight right back as Ruby Meyer fights inside and scores the goal to cut the lead down to 1 early in the first quarter. And here's Bludgeon again as she scores for the Mustangs and makes it 3-1. Waubonsie sophomore Jackie Noth weaves her way towards the middle and makes it 3-2 in the second quarter. The back-and-forth action continues as Mustang Lillian Whitty scores a beautiful floater to give her team a 2-point lead in the third quarter. The Mustangs add on to it as Riley Fleury scores from the right wing. Warrior freshman Hadley Vierick scores on a bullet to put Waubonsie down by 2. Mustang Addison Bludgeon delivers a fiery strike from all the way across the halfway line. But now Warrior goalie Emma Buchenauer comes up with a great save to stop the Mustang attack. Shortly thereafter, Meyer comes up with her third goal of the night. Hervey comes up with her third goal of the night for the Mustangs. Then Ruby Meyer pitches an unbelievable throw as she scores her 4th goal on the night. 3 minutes later, she scores another goal to add on to her spectacular night. Jackie Noth joins the scoring party as she scores her 2nd goal of the night. Meyer touches the ball once again as she gets an easy score for her team to trail within 2 points. The Mustangs respond with a goal by Michaela Paulding to tie the game up at 9 apiece. However, Warrior Reese Clavey then ties it up at 9 with a goal in front. Then to wrap it up, Ruby Meyer scores our final goal of the night after getting past 3 defenders. The Warriors win 10-9 and stay undefeated at 3-0 this season.
Coming off a season-opening win over Barrington, Neuqua Valley Boys Water Polo is on the road facing Naperville Central. The Red Hawks enter after a loss to Lincoln Way East, but are looking to score their 2nd DVC triumph of the season after beating Metea Valley last week. Last year's match saw Central win a high-scoring 17-13 game. Neuqua gets the ball rolling early, with Declan Puox catching up to the rock. He tosses it to Milan O'Connor, who pump fakes the defense and skips it past for the opening goal to get things moving. Central keeps it competitive with Will Tucker getting the throw-in and surging forward. His shot is tipped away, but the rebound is taken by James Barand, who has a wide-open net and puts it in, tying the game up at 1. Nequa's defense remained stiff early on, however, as the Redhawks open up the passing game with Elliot Skyle going for the shot, but Anshva Sudavan makes a good save to keep it tied. The Wildcats storm back as they open up their passing game, with Colin Mulligan getting it from beyond the line. The distance is no challenge for him as he skips it down and past the goalie for the score as Nequa retakes the lead. However, Central responds again with Braden Pillowar chasing down the floating ball. He tosses it to Skyle, who pivots the other way and finds the open net. Central ties it up again, this time at 2-2. The Cats' defense, however, is strong again. Will Tucker looks for an open man along the sidelines. He throws it in front of the net to a Red Hawk there to tip it in, but the strong save is made by Vasudevan to keep it a tied game after 1. In the second, both teams play hot potato as O'Connor throws an errant pass that's taken by Tucker. The Red Hawk looks the other way, but Puax knocks the ball free and it's reclaimed by O'Connor. This time he passes it to Puax, who powers home the strike as Nequa reclaims the advantage, up 3-2. Nequa's surge continues with Colin Mulligan, who gets the pass up the middle from Puax. With time to throw, his first shot is saved by Central, but he gets the rebound this time throwing a backwards alley-oop over his head and in for the big goal as the Cats extend their lead. Mulligan's statement quarter continues as he takes the pass this time down the far side, and like a thrower skipping a rock across the river, he skips the ball into the water and bounces it in for another goal as Nequa leads 7-5 at halftime. In the third quarter, the Redhawks fly back towards contention. James Baran swims up the left side and looks for an opening to the net, but instead he passes it to Will Tucker in front of the net, who puts in a backhanded wrister to cut the Hawks' deficit down to 1 at 7-6. After that, Central opens up their passing game in triangle style, as the throw from far side to middle gets to Elliot Skyle on the left, and he bounces in another strike as the game is tied again, now at 7-7. Central's passing fakes out the Nequa defense as the tossing game results in Braden Pillowar laying down the hammer with a score as Central takes its first lead, up 8-7. Now in the fourth quarter, Central's passing attack continues with goalie Vinny Antonetti tossing the deep ball down to Ben Madsen on the right side. The Red Hawk has all day as he bounces through another goal to make it a 2-point lead for Central as the run continues. Skyle's strong second half continues as he takes the loose ball up the left side and has all day to pass, but as he nears closer to the net, the Red Hawk decides to go for it and he darts it through to make it an 11-8 Naperville Central lead. The Red Hawk defense improves in the second half as Nequa tries to get their passing game going, but this time the Hawks are ready as Antonetti makes a strong save to keep Central in front by multiple goals. Then a bit later, the Wildcats try to go again with O'Connor taking the quick pass in front of the net. He aims for the bottom left corner, but Antonetti makes a strong one-handed save to make a second half statement. Nequa would add a late goal, but Naperville Central gets its second win over a DVC opponent of the season, 11-9 over Nequa. The Redhawks traveled to face Naperville North next Tuesday, while the Wildcats return home that same day to face Metea Valley.
Boys Water Polo has entered conference play, and Nequa Valley's Colin Mulligan is ready for the intense competition. His no-look goal against Naperville Central earns the Play of the Week. Declan Puatz finds Mulligan in the middle, but his shot is initially saved. He gets the rebound, and despite having no eyes on goal, he perfectly arcs the ball over the goalie. Let's slow this one down and take another look. Some great effort from Mulligan earns him a second chance, and he wastes no time to capitalize on the behind-the-back goal. That concludes our 27th episode of this school year. Next week, we hope to show you our first highlights from baseball and softball. You can find all our highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org. You can also find us across all social media platforms at nctv17. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Joe Kennedy, and we'll see you again next week.